Hello everybody, Double Talk 73 here. I had a few people ask me today if I was going to make any more videos. And I've been struggling with kidney stones the last couple of weeks. I went up 3 days in the hospital and the urologist had to go in and get dig one out of my right kidney and bust the other one up in my left kidney. So I'm still not right. Pain comes and goes, but like they say, noise and pain are life. If you're hurting, you know you're alive. So we'll get through it one way or another. Well, what we're going to do this time is we're going to Russia, and let me get rid of this camera for just a minute and show you what I'm going to be using. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to catch asp, hopefully uni, maybe one or two if we're lucky, with the 13-foot triple runner, the blue, white with a blue head. It's a half ounce, got a 1/0 hook, 4 3/4 inches long. It has buoyancy, it's sinking. Now it won't lay down on the bottom. It'll go down close to the bottom, but it'll stay above off the bottom. That's the only negative that I can see about it is that 1/0 hook. I've caught fish with it and get them right up to where I was going to land them, and they just flop off because of the 1/0 hook. That's the only thing I can figure because I use the same technique of landing as always, but you never know. Okay, we're in Russia, the Akthuba River. We're going to be fishing beside the boat dock. Uh, we're going to advance to day 2. So we're going to have a bright, clear night, and we're going to start at 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm going to advance my time, and see what we can do. Because I like fishing at night in Russia. Early in the morning on a sunny, and the night peaks seem to be better. Okay, so let's see what we can do. Let's go fishing. Okay, we're gonna walk over here beside the pier, get down in the water. And see, I got a marker out there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna advance time to 2 a.m. the next day. Okay. Now let me show you what's here close. Let me get a map up here. Now I caught my personal best earlier today right here. 130-pound beluga. I had 3 other lines on at the same time. Excuse me, 2 other lines on at the same time. And I thought for sure at least one of them, was going to be a pretty big fish. But the one I hooked first was fighting so hard, I was hoping it was that 132 that I haven't caught yet. But 130, 3 pounds heavier than my previous personal best, so I'm happy with that. And here's that marker that I've got out there for the asp. Caught at 2:30 a.m. You can see up here in my notations. Beginning of night peak, 1 speed. Like I say, a little before the night peak. So that's where we're going to be fishing. Okay. So let's see what we can do. Get this back on here. And it's just a maximum cast. Now the triple runner will not go all the way to the bottom. We don't need that. It'll run down there and then stay just off the bottom. I like that about the lure. And it works. I've used it on salmon in Alaska, used it on steelheads and bass in California. We got something already. Took a whole 6 minutes. There we go. The trophy. It's a good start. I like trophies. I like them all. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I like to fish. I like to catch fish. I don't care. I, I still want to make a video of out in California catching brim off the boat dock, where you can watch the fish jump up and grab the corn or the peas. I mean, it's neat. It's something you can really do if you have a young child in your house, or a nephew or a niece. You can get a little cane pole and go to a local wildlife management area that's got a lake and a little old pier on it, or a river that's got a little old pier, or anything like that. Brim hang around piers and docks. They do. Put the smallest hook you got on. Put a little cricket or a little piece of worm on, and you throw it out there a little ways. Put a little light bobber on, or just hang it down in the water and let the water just swirl it around. And you can watch the fish hit the bait. It's fun. Like I say, I don't care big. I like catching California roach. I like catching Alaskan blackfish. A big roach is 0.2 pounds. I think 0.17 or 0.19, something like that, is the smallest I've caught. These asps, a zander. I hadn't caught a zander yet on this lure. That's something different. The further you get out there, the further I start that casting, like the better chance I have of catching that asp. Asp. That's A-S-P. That's one of them words you have to be careful how you say. Oops, had a little hit there. Did you see it flicker down at the bottom of that chart? Now, this is pretty active. All the way up until just a little before 5 o'clock. I mean, from 2 to 4:50, I've caught just fish after fish after fish. So it's fun, unlike most of Russia. Most of Russia's kind of slow. Or you catch them little bitty 4 and 5 and 6 pound Wells catfish. Hey, they pay the bills. Bills. There, look, that might be another trophy. I got a little. Come on, get back up there, Grat. There you go. There you go. So you gotta keep that line tight, or they will. They'll get off that one off hook. There we go. That took a whole 19 minutes to catch first uni. That's pretty good. Now I don't know what the spawn is on these things. We're gonna find out. We'll fish till 3:19, 3:30, something like that, and see if we can catch another one. See if they got an hour spawn or a 30-minute spawn. So we know somewhere around 3 o'clock, somewhere in that neighborhood. If they have a 30-minute spawn, we should catch another uni. I like it when a plan comes together. Sometimes you try to make these videos that we're going to try to catch a uni. It don't happen because the game don't want to cooperate with you. Now, you're not going to have my mark out there unless you're on my friend list and you want it. But you see that tree? See what that mark is? I'm aiming just to the left in that clear spot right in there where the light's shining through, but that's what I'm aiming at. Just maximum caster as close as I can get. Just throw it out there and bring it back at one speed. It'll get close to the bottom, but it won't bounce on the bottom. It's a good working lure. Now the purple one is better for the day. Fish hunt by sight, smell, and movement. Their sight is not very good, so if you have a dark lure at night, it's harder for them to see it. So that white with a blue head seems to work pretty good. I want to try that one on the yellow perch in Michigan. That's something I'm going to try here for too long. But I can try the purple one unless I go over there at 5 o'clock in the morning foggy. Then I use this white with a blue head. But I fished here one time, a good ways back. I don't know, maybe a month or so, real time. I don't remember what lure I used. I'm sorry, I wish I could tell you. But I stood up on the boat dock and caught fish every single cast. I did not catch a single uni. I caught trophy and common, but every single, like 20 or 30 in a row. Then I missed one. Then I'd catch 15 or 20 in a row again, and then I'd miss one. It was fun. It's more fun catching than just pitching out there and come back with nothing. But if you like my video, please subscribe. And tell your friends about my video, or about my channel. There's a lot of people out there that haven't found me yet, but if they'll type in Fishing Planet, open parentheses, ENG, English, close parentheses, and hit enter, I'll come up. There's me, KP, Hawkeye, Jake Vegas, and a couple other guys are the only ones that use that English designation in the name of their channel. So, and I've got close to 100 videos on just a little bit about everything. So, hopefully there's something there that you might be interested in. I haven't done carp yet. The new carp in California, I haven't done that. That's sturgeon, largemouth bass, red ear sunfish, steelies, just to name a few in California. I used the new jerk baits down in Florida and did pretty good. I used these lures, the purple and the white runner, in Alaska and caught Chinook salmon on them. I caught Chinook salmon on them in California at the Steely location. Let's see what else. Oh, the jerk baits. They worked real good, like I say, in Florida and Louisiana. I use jerk baits in Louisiana in open water because they'll get hung up if you don't keep them in open water. Well, that's a tiny one. What is that? That's a little old fish. But it's a fish. That means it's money. A young northern pike. That's the first time I caught one of those here on that lure. Interesting. They're just good versatile lures. I like them. Triple runner, 13 foot, 1/0. And I think the reason that they don't sink all the way at the bottom is because that 1/0 hook is not very heavy. If it had a 4, 5, or 6 on it, it'd probably be bouncing off the bottom and we'd be doing a stop and go. But the ass surely do like it. The Chinook salmon, except for the trophy that y'all need, that you have to catch with the spoons in California, the Chinooks like these two lures as well. I caught a Chinook earlier today. I started reeling in, and it came running right straight toward me. The way you know that is when the blue over here goes, kind of wild and big and square, like when you first hook a sturgeon and you first start to reel in, it gets wider and bigger, kind of like a TV screen, and then it comes on. When they're running straight at you, it does that same thing. And tiger muskie do that same thing a lot. When you hook them, they run right straight at you, and if you can't get the line tight enough, fast enough, they're gone. But I caught that Chinook, and I thought that it was 17, 18 pounds. I enjoyed that. That's a challenge. It's something that's fun. Also, when I was here earlier, I tried stepping off the dock next to the off the fishing pier like I had that video where you could fish underwater. Well, my bad luck. The devs have fixed that, so you can't do that anymore. Little things like that are fun, they fix them. I don't know why. It's nothing wrong with the game. Doesn't hurt anything. It's just something to play with. Like the bass boat. Boy, and I'll tell you, they're almost indestructible. I haven't figured out how to wreck one yet. I've got some pictures I just put on my Steam page today where I went running up on the land here behind the boat dock. I ran all the way up past where you get on the dock and up into the sand and the grass, way up in there. And buddy that's fishing with says, well, that's one way to park a boat. In California, I run at the dam just as hard as I could, straight at it. I think it's 46 miles an hour. It climbed halfway up the dam, then went sideways and fell back down and took off again. The Beaver Island. You can come in it with a boat and it just flies across it. But anyhow, I got those on video. It's almost as much fun as fishing. But like I said, if you there's another Xander, cool. If you like my videos, watch some more. Maybe you pick up that one little tidbit that help you catch more and bigger fish. If so, that's wonderful. A lot of people in the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks have told me they watch my videos, and thanks to my videos, they adapted it to their technique and their way of fishing, and it helped them catch what they were looking for. Well, that's totally awesome. And like I say, anytime that I'm in a fishing and you come in my room, if there's something that you're trying to catch or something somewhere else that you're trying to catch, just ask me. That's what I like to do. I like to help people. Makes me feel good. I've told people before it's a shame to feel selfish, to feel so good about helping other people. But that's what I like. Learn a little bit, pass it on. That's the fisherman's way. Just like this. I just thought I'd give it a try, and it worked. So pass it on. Okay, we're getting close to the 30-minute. Well, the 59 would be 30 minutes for a uni, if there is a 30-minute spawn. So we're fixing to find out here. Good Lord willing, that creeks don't rise. But that's probably the easiest way to find my videos is to do Fishing Planet and then in parentheses type ENG, hit enter, and you'll notice mine with that pretty golden colored fish with a purple background. It's kind of noticeable. Excuse me, I've been eating some nuts. They get stuck in your teeth pretty easy. One speed is the way I've used this. I've tried 2 speed, 3 speed. I've tried twitching, and now I'm gonna do a stop and go this time when I get it out there and get it working. I want you to watch. It doesn't rise. It stays at that. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Thought I had a fish there. See, it doesn't rise. It doesn't sink anymore. It stays right at that depth, which I think is pretty cool. That worked good on the Chinooks in Alaska. Reel it about 5, 6, 7 feet and stop. Reel about 5 or 6, 7 feet and stop. They like that stop and go action. With 1 speed, it's kind of unusual because usually it takes a 3 speed to get their attention. But I caught, didn't catch any unis. Oh, I take that back. I did over on the end of the earth, back by the log. I caught a uni sockeye, which I liked. Don't want to tell a lie, not knowingly. Anybody else doing any good? Doesn't look like. How you like the lights over there on my boat? I wonder if it's got a. I don't think it's got a headlight, so you couldn't see where you're going unless you, if you didn't have your light on your hat. That looks like another Xander. That's a small one. A Volga Xander. Okay. 1 pound. Wow. Anybody been counting how many fish we caught so far in hour and 15 minutes? We'll look here in just a second and see. I did catch a 130-pound beluga earlier today. That was 3 pounds over like I told you earlier, that was 3 pounds over my personal best. And I kept it in my keeper. Hey, $20,000 is worth taking a picture of it in the keeper, to me. One of my buddies, old Raffle 63. There we go, thank you. When I told him I kept it, he said it wouldn't be you if you didn't keep it. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we have caught 14 fish, only 88 pounds, but $6,100 in revenue, which is not a chicken to be shaken. If you can wind up catching roughly $6,000 an hour here, 3 hours of fishing, you paid for your transportation here, then all you got to worry about is catching a little bit more from fishing in the morning to pay for your license. And the next day, all you got to pay for is your extend fee, and everything else over that is just gravy. Good old sawmill gravy. Okay, 17. We're getting close to that. If we're going to have a 1 hour spawn time on the unis. This cast or the next cast might tell us the skinnies on that. Here, uni, here, uni. Here, uni. Come to Papa. Don't be bashful. Come to Papa. Ha ha ha. Little bait fish jumping up. I like the way that devs have done a lot of this stuff here. There's a couple other bugs like I found in Italy, where you go down by the bridge where the rolls of hay are up in the field, and you could row down or travel down there with your boat. I had a motorboat then, and stand up and just walk right out, walk across the water, and just slowly sink down in. Well, they took care of that one too. They don't do that anymore. I like the levitation rock in Michigan when you could do that. That was cool too. I liked it when you could take your boat, your kayak, and go just as fast as you could towards the floating dock, and when you hit it, it'd flip you up in the air and flip you over. Got a couple pictures of that on my Steam page. On Steam, I am Bobby2888. And if you want to friend me or come and see some weird stuff that I photograph, I like different kinds of things. I don't know why. I just do. Well, that was close to shore. A young northern pike. Okay, come on, uni. Don't let me down. You know, we caught one uni. The first fish I caught was a trophy once, so we caught one trophy and one uni. Started out better. Maybe if I turn my light off. You know, you never know. See, that way I can cast at just a location instead at the marker. Ah, there was a hit. Those spotted bass down in Louisiana, those hits that take that lure and take it 15, 20 feet left or right, or hit it and take it all the way to the bottom, but don't hook up. One of these days, I'm gonna figure out how to hook that up, and I'll be ahead of the game. There's another zander, because those are big fish. Little fish don't do that. And I've mentioned that to several people, and nobody else that I know has figured out how to do that yet either. So once it gets figured out, you'll know it too. If I know it, you'll know it. And I'll definitely make a video of that. That'd help a lot of people. This is just the Wednesday before Father's Day weekend, 2019. And I hope all you fathers out there have a very happy Father's Day. And if weather is permitting on that day, go fishing. Take a kid fishing. It doesn't even matter if you catch anything. If you're out on the water or on the bank, on the shore, whether it's the Gulf of Mexico or the Atlantic, Pacific, the Black Sea, whatever. Now that might be a unit or a trophy. Take them fishing. If it's just a pond, a neighborhood farm pond, it's got some brim, maybe some little old sunfish perching or something like that. Take a kid fishing. It'll make your heart feel good. And it may be something that child will never forget. You might make a fisherman or fisherwoman out of that child just by taking them fishing one time like that y'all can enjoy being together. My youngest son was a fisherman with me in our family. He liked to fish. My other three sons, they can take it or leave it. But my youngest liked to fish until he got to playing baseball. And when he was about 9 years old, 10 years old, baseball. We go fishing every once in a while, but baseball was, that was it. That's the greatest. Because he's with a bunch of kids his own age. They could scream and holler and run and play and throw a baseball and hit the baseball and slide and mess with each other in the dugout. That was camaraderie, and fishing took a back seat. That's okay, as long as he had fun. And I coached him and a team for 12 years. Yeah, till he was 17 years old. Coached me first 2 years in high school. Went to a private school. Didn't have a baseball team at first, so I organized one. We won one ball game the first year, and 3 the second year. We had 3 ball players on the team, and the rest of them were international kids that had never played baseball a day in their life. They were basketball and soccer players, but they were athletes and they learned. So we didn't go into those games planning on winning. We went in them games planning on having fun, and that's what we did. We had fun. Doing anything with young men and young women, if you're having fun, you're doing it right. If they're having fun, you're doing it right. Because if they're having fun, chances are you will too. Well, Uni, are you there? Well, we're way past. We don't want a 2-hour spawn. I never heard of a 2-hour spawn. Of course, I ain't heard of a lot of things either. There was a guy asked me today if I'd ever heard of I forget what it was called, some kind of gel that he was telling me about, and I said, no, I'd never heard of that. He said it's for cold sores. on your lips. And I said, no, I never heard of that. He said, that's strange, blah, 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 blah. And I said, look, man, I know you think I know everything, but I'm just old. I don't know everything. He come back true that. Most of what I've learned in the school of hard knocks. It's a heck of a teacher. Well, we got about 15 minutes, 10 minutes now before the sun comes up. And we catch a little bit of everything with this, aren't we? White catfish, pike, zander, trophy zander, asp, vulga zander. That is a good utilitarian lure if it'll catch a little bit of everything. There's not much left in this water that it hasn't caught so far. Bream, whales, catfish, and beluga. I think it's caught just about everything else that's in the water, in the river. Pike, young pike. Been trying to get back to streaming, but for some reason my OBS will not make connection. I'll figure it out one of these days. I like to stream. I don't know if anybody be watching or not, but I like to stream. I sure was happy today when I caught that beluga. I wished I had it on film or on video. Listen to me. Super 8. Put it on a Super 8 film and everybody can watch it. It's good for all posterity. I guess me trying to whistle up that uni didn't work. Works on blues. They listen to me. Oh, chub. I forgot about that. Yeah, chub too. That was a trophy too. You see that 2 pound something was a trophy? That's a big sucker, isn't it? Oh me. If anybody playing this game has any more fun than me, they're sitting in their own pee, I guess is the best way of saying it. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, da 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 da. There it be. Good morning, sun. Do 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 do. Man, you can fly from one end of this river to the other in that bass boat. Man, I mean, it hauls. First time I was here, I got in the canoe and was going to row down to the train trestle and fish with lures out in the middle of the river. It took me 40 minutes of rowing for 2 reasons. First of all, I kept running out of stamina, even though I used my trick on how to maintain stamina best I could. And you're rowing against the current, because when you're going towards the train trestle, the current's coming at you. So it took, and whew, my little arms were so tired. We got us a full moon. Is that it? That's either a trophy or a uni, I think. 406. No, it's not a uni. Don't believe it, don't believe. Not even a trophy. Boy, it's a good fighter, though. fooled you. I wish I could remember what lure I caught all those fish with here. I sure would like to tell you, because you just get up on the boat dock and throw it about the same area that I'm throwing now, and just fish after fish after fish. Now, like I said, they wasn't big, but it was productive. Let's put it that way. If I remember right, it was a crank, probably a night crank. There you go. Woo, personal best. There we go. That's a surprise. I like that. 3.8 pounds. That's a monster. It's about $70 a pound. That's not bad. Not a bad looking little fish, really. Well, there's a uni, but not another uni ass. I'll take any kind of yeller fish. Yeller's nice. And I caught a personal best while fishing and recording. Awesome. That just shows me I almost know what I'm talking about. Almost nearly, but not quite hardly. You gotta remember that those chubs were caught right around 4 o'clock. That uni was about 4:10. And there again, it's not daylight enough to use the purple. Not bright enough. The water's still dark below the surface. Let's try a little bit to the left. I fished almost exclusively last week. You know, I bought the bass boat. That's $391,000, and I bought the better runabout. That's another 100 and something thousand. So I had over $500,000 invested in 2 boats. I bought the bass boat so I could troll because of the trolling motor. Troll fishing is just it's different. It's a little bit of fun. Just something new to try. So I bought the runabout just to see if I could troll with it. Well, you can't. I thought, it doesn't have a trolling motor, but if I could use the motor at the 1 or 2%, and just barely have the motor chugging down up or down the river, that I could troll with it. But when you put your rod out, you can't have your motor running. You just have to move along, drift along with the current. But I found that out. That sometimes you got to spend money just to find something out. So that's what I did. So now the people who watch some other videos, like on the trolling, they know it. Now you know it. You can't troll with those metal runabouts unless you just want to drift with the current. Wow. Another personal best. Cool. I don't think I've ever done 2 in the same fishing period. Personal best. I like that. That makes me happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. A little bit crazy too. There's another fish that is caught with this lure. Just blows my mind. I don't think there's another lure that's as universal in any water as this 13-foot runner. So if you don't have it, I highly recommend getting it, both the purple one and this white one. I don't think the water's deep enough in Louisiana to use it, or Florida. I'm going to give it a try just to see. You just have to be careful where you throw it because it'll get hung up. And if you don't have a stout enough rig, that's a good way to lose it. I don't want to lose it. Then I have to buy another, and I think they're about $6,000. Now I've got a few million, so that's no big deal. But if you spend, like 20,000 travel here and 18,000 travel California and 18,000 travel to and license to fish Alaska, you can eat up $100,000 in a hurry. And then if you catch a big beluga and you want to keep it, you can eat up 20 grand in a hurry. One net I took a picture of when I first come to Russia. I kept 4 of them. I caught 4, just bam, 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 and I kept them all of them just so I could take a picture of them in my net. Take a picture of the net. Yeah, that's 80 grand. So then I had to go back to Michigan. I wasn't catching sturgeon then in California. I was farming blues in Michigan, so I had to go back to Michigan and fish for $80,000 worth of muskie and blues, which took me a while. I know what I was saying earlier before I caught that trophy personal best. I fished almost exclusively last week California for sturgeon, so I could make that money back on those 2 boats. So averaging $2,000 a fish, and I did it, but I had to catch over 250 white sturgeon to pay for those 2 boats, and I did it, and it was fun. And I had a lot of people ask me questions about why I was doing it, and I showed them a little bit and told them to watch the video. Because when I'm fishing, I set up 3 poles and clip them 2 or 3 feet beyond where I want to really set my distance, and that way I don't have to cast out and keep hunting or reeling in and missing up my distance and so on. I mean, I can change poles and throw it out there and be pretty sure I'm going to get where I need to be. Found out you can't clip bobbers. I ain't figured that out. And you can't clip these. See, I'm pressing my wheel button on the mouse. It don't do nothing. That's okay. You can't have your fish and eat it too. We ain't got much more time to fish. About another 10-15 minutes. I don't like to fish right up to 5 o'clock, because then you start having to use coins to go to the time where you want to go. But at least I've shown you that this is productive. And I think I've showed you that anybody have any doubts, I am absolutely crazy, bug crazy. But that's okay. It makes my life a lot more fun. And when I go visit people, it is my pleasure and my intent to leave them laughing. No matter how bad a day they've had, no matter how they feeling, how down, I like to leave people laughing. It makes them feel better, makes me feel better. There used to be a section in Reader's Digest, laughter is the best medicine. And I truly believe that. I truly, truly believe that. If you can laugh when all around you are crying, you're better off. And I believe that. In some situations, laughter is not appropriate, of course, but that's just the way of things. Okay, about 10 minutes. I guess that 1 hour, 2 hour spawn for that next uni ask just didn't happen at all, did it? No, not this time. But at least you know where they're at. And that's half the battle. Then you got to catch them. That's the other half. There you go. Now I think that's a pretty fish. I really do. I think that's a pretty little fish. Kind of like the marble carp. I think that's a pretty fish too. Maybe 2 more casts, 3 at the most. Well, we'll make this the last one. Or I'll talk while I'm making the next one. But anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the video. Take the time to watch some more, and please subscribe. And press that bell over there so when I put up any new videos, you get an email saying that I've stuck up another video. And I appreciate you very much if you subscribe. I still appreciate you if you just watch. But thank you either way. Good luck, tight lines, and I hope you catch a bunch of fish. I hope you catch a bunch of big fish. Yeah, this is going to be the last cast. But God bless you and your family. Good luck, tight lines, and while I'm reeling this last one in, I'll tell you, be safe and have fun. And I'll catch you out here another time. Watch some more of my videos, and y'all come back now, you hear? Thanks again. I appreciate you very much. That's all, folks.